Lil Meech and Big Meech have erupted online, sparking a controversy uglier than anyone expected. The family name is now trending for all the wrong reasons, with damaging receipts surfacing and reshaping public perception. For months, whispers circulated about their real lifestyle. But now those puzzle pieces appear to be snapping together, creating a deeply troubling picture. At the center of the storm are leaked conversations that reveal Lil Meech pleading desperately.
Begging you, please, delete this stuff. This is my reputation, bro. I apologize for saying what I said to you. Please, man.
You said it was capped, though. What was capped, Demetrius?
Celina, I said that to get the post deleted, Celina.
Okay. You're right. But now you want to make me look like a liar in front of the internet. It's crazy, Demetrius.
That's not how I tried to make you.
In the audio, he's reportedly begging for a damaging post to be deleted, apologizing repeatedly, and trying to retract earlier statements. This is not the voice of someone projecting power or untouchability. It's the tone of a figure cornered and stripped of control, reflecting genuine panic. The clips reportedly show repeated attempts to make excuses, walk back prior claims, and scramble for credibility. Then comes the critical slip-up. Lil Meech allegedly admits he lied to persuade influencer Celina Powell to remove a post. That confession undercuts the entire defense, transforming the narrative from speculation into humiliation. Once the digital world seizes on a lie, there's no erasing it. Screenshots live forever, and memes can outlast reputations by years. This is where the narrative surrounding the Meech family begins to spiral. For decades, the legend surrounding Big Meech stood untouchable, a mythic figure with an empire of hidden cash, offshore accounts, and fortunes waiting for the day of release. The public image painted him as a kingpin stepping out of prison into a vault stacked sky high with money.
And the first time I met 50, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me, 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone, he like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad. And at first, it sounded crazy, but of course, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing. So of course I wanted to do it, I just didn't know if I could do it.
The draft from Randy about, because it was important to show the origin story, to see the innocence and how they chose to get involved and then it grew.
But now the myth faces a direct challenge. Influencer Celina Powell, long known for calling out public figures, claims the reality behind the curtain is far different. According to her, the supposed empire of secret millions may not exist at all. She alleges that not only is Lil Meech financially unstable, but Big Meech himself is struggling, living off favors rather than a hidden fortune. This sharp contrast between myth and claim is reshaping public perception of the family. Powell says she spent extended time around Lil Meech and saw cracks forming in the big baller image, erratic behavior, substance use, and mounting financial pressure. Even more damaging, she alleges she personally witnessed his Lamborghini Urus and a Ferrari being repossessed. Not because of rivals or beef, but due to unpaid high-dollar payments and insurance costs. Those allegations strike at the credibility of the BMF legend and have triggered a wave of debate online. Pause and think about this. Exotic cars come with insurance bills so massive they can reach $8,000 to $10,000 every 6 months. Essentially another car payment. If cash flow slows or stops, those bills can destroy a lifestyle in record time. It's the kind of image that shines on social media while quietly suffocating the person behind the wheel.
Begging you, please, delete this stuff. This is my reputation.
Celina Powell's claims didn't stop with the repossessions. She went further, alleging that both Lil Meech and Big Meech are holed up inside one of Floyd Mayweather's Miami mansions. According to her, they don't own it, don't even formally rent it, but are reportedly staying there as if it were borrowed space or some extended Airbnb arrangement. If true, these claims mark a dramatic shift, from an image of financial independence to one of borrowed luxury. When you step back and connect the dots, her account starts to sound plausible. Recall how 50 Cent was the first to cut ties, canceling the BMF television show and later pulling the plug on a massive welcome home concert for Big Meech. Those two moves effectively erased the family's most visible income streams overnight. With that relationship gone, their financial stability appears to have collapsed right alongside it. What once looked like an untouchable empire now resembles smoke and mirrors. cracks visible to anyone willing to look beyond the headlines. These revelations have sparked intense online debate, drawing scrutiny not only to the family's finances, but also to the long-standing myths surrounding them. It's painful for many to watch this unfold. The older generation still remembers Big Meech's golden era like it was yesterday. Back then, he wasn't just making money, he was money. He defined what living larger than life truly meant, creating a template that rappers still try to copy today. Picture this: Maybachs and Lamborghinis lined up like toy cars, private jets on standby, diamond watches flooding both wrists, and designer outfits flowing like water. Clubs would literally shut down to let BMF roll in. Once they hit the scene, cash rained so heavy it looked like autumn leaves falling from the trees. This wasn't just an image. It was a culture that defined mid-2000s excess and power. Big Meech pioneered that whole approach of spending loud and showing influence, not by what was saved, but by how much could be thrown away in a single night. Yet decades later, every dollar that hit those club floors is now a dollar that could have been stacked in vaults or offshore accounts. That's the cold reality of excess, the same game that feeds you can starve you when the bills come due. The sting cuts even deeper, seeing Lil Meech fold under the massive shadow of his father's legacy. How does someone come from one of the most legendary street empires in history, only to get exposed by an influencer with a camera and a platform? And Celina Powell isn't the type of woman men publicly celebrate. She's infamous, a modern-day superhead-type figure, moving from one celebrity to another, leveraging connections to climb, then blasting private business the second the money dries up. It's her entire pattern, and the streets recognize it instantly. Any veteran father with experience would warn his son to stay far away from someone like that. Big Meech, a man who survived an era of hustling, betrayal, and federal surveillance, knew that playbook well. But Lil Meech either ignored that wisdom or believed his name made him untouchable, and that's exactly when the most damaging mistakes are made. Celina Powell didn't stop at flexing about repossessed cars or the Mayweather Mansion connection. She went much further, stacking allegations that attacked not only lifestyle but also character. She claimed Lil Meech was battling a serious pill problem, something that not only endangers his health but directly strikes at his credibility. Once addiction rumors take hold, every move gets interpreted through that lens, making success look shaky. Then came her wildest bombshell yet. She publicly accused Lil Meech of being a snitch. According to her, it ties back to a traffic stop where police allegedly found a gun in the car. She claims that instead of standing tall and taking the charge, he pointed at his own associate, who ended up doing time while Lil Meech walked free. True or not, an accusation like that can devastate a reputation built on toughness and loyalty. Whether her story proves accurate or not, once a rumor of that scale hits the streets, especially with the Meech name attached, it's nearly impossible to shake. In street culture, a snitch label sticks like concrete. Even a whisper can permanently stain a legacy. Reputation is currency, and once tarnished, it can erase decades of mystique in seconds. Now, zoom out and imagine if the internet had existed during BMF's height. Every scandal, secret, and rumor would have exploded worldwide instantly. Back then, dirt spread through word of mouth and coded conversations. Today, screenshots and recordings travel faster than a denial can be posted. This is why, in this era, reality matters more than image. When the finances are truly solid, there's no need to beg, fake, or overflex. But when the money is shaky behind the scenes, someone who knows the truth will always step forward with receipts. And when the Meech name is tied to that storyline, it hits twice as hard. The deeper lesson is simple: live within your means. Flashy toys like Lamborghinis and Ferraris can drown a person faster than they impress anyone online. If money runs tight, stepping back from the illusion isn't weakness, it's survival. Quiet money grows loud over time, while flashy money disappears overnight. The modern world rewards authenticity and exposes every crack in a fake lifestyle faster than ever. Once you reach the point of begging someone to delete posts, scrambling on calls, and doing desperate damage control, it's already too late. Every call can be recorded. Every DM can be screenshotted. Every conversation can be leaked. Nothing stays private anymore, and once something hits the internet, it's there forever. On top of the financial chaos, Lil Meech faces another battle. If the rumors of him drowning in pills are true, it explains much of the reckless behavior and sloppy decisions. Addiction makes people desperate and clouded, and by the time sobriety hits, it's too late. These leaks, recordings, and non-stop allegations create a perfect storm for a public downfall. And it doesn't just drag Lil Meech down, it tarnishes Big Meech by association, making the empire they built brick by brick appear to be crumbling into dust. The narrative has shifted from legend to cautionary tale. What once looked like a dynasty built on loyalty and wealth is now showing fractures everywhere. Repossession rumors, desperate calls, and leaked screenshots have dismantled an image that took decades to build. Every whisper became proof. Every speculation became a headline. Even the old myths about offshore accounts and hidden vaults no longer sound like tales of power. They sound like lessons in loss. The father and son dynamic adds an even deeper layer. Big Meech's silence, once seen as mystique, now reads as resignation. Lil Meech's live streams and viral clips project vulnerability instead of strength. Together, they're trapped between an old-school code of secrecy and a new digital era where nothing stays hidden. Now, the final blow to their reputation isn't coming from a courtroom, it's coming from the internet. Exposure, commentary, and digital receipts have replaced indictments. By the time Celina Powell entered the picture, the public was already primed to believe the worst. This isn't gossip anymore. It's a full-scale collapse of branding, image, and credibility under the weight of the internet. Meech himself is no longer the untouchable figure he was in the early 2000s. BMF wasn't just big, it was legendary. Fleets of exotic cars, private jets, locked-down VIP sections, and huge influence in the music game gave the movement unmatched power. Simply being tied to BMF once gave artists like Young Jeezy a full career boost. That's how much weight the name carried. But fast forward to today, and that kind of flashy empire can't survive under social media's microscope. Cameras are everywhere. People record everything. The smallest crack becomes a viral headline. Instead of quiet power behind closed doors, the Meech legacy is now unraveling online, in front of millions. The shift from private respect to public spectacle is relentless. What's unfolding is the humiliation of a family once feared, respected, and admired, now reduced to contempt. A father who once defined street power stays silent while his son spirals, publicly. Those who once idolized them are now watching their downfall like a streaming series, episode by episode, waiting for the next twist. The lesson couldn't be clearer. Never build your image on lies. Never spend what you can't sustain, and never let the wrong people get access to your weakness. The internet is powerful, unforgiving, and fast. The same crowd that hypes you today can destroy you tomorrow, and once that switch flips, there's no easy way back.